A pleasant evening to you and welcome to Prime Time News with me, Michael Madimba. We begin at Parliament. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, says the Botswana Defence Force has agreed to stop harassing Namibian civilians living alongside the Chobe River in the Zambezi region.
During the joint visit, Namibia underscored the need for communities along the common borders to have access to natural resources to which they depended on for their livelihood since days immemorial, without fear and continuous intimidation by the Botswana Defence Force. Botswana agree with those sentiments expressed by Namibia, even adding that those people are joined by blood. I wish to inform this august House that the governments of the Republic of Namibia and the Republic of Botswana signed the Boundary Treaty in 2018. This was made necessary by African Union decision at the level of heads of state, which called for all AU member states to reaffirm their borders before the end of 2022.
Still with Parliament, Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Pam Shilinga, on Wednesday tabled a motion for a bill that would provide for the appointment of an independent and impartial information commissioner and a deputy to enforce the right of access to information.
I wish to reiterate that the purpose of the Access to Information Bill is to, among others, enhance the accountability and transparency of government institutions in order to promote open and democratic society and to enable public to have access to information held by those bodies so as to enable them to make informed decisions in the betterment of their lives. In furtherance of that purpose, the bill proposed to provide a right of access to information in records under the control of the government institutions in accordance with the principles that government information should be made available to the public, that necessary exceptions to the right of access to information should be limited and be specific. That decisions on the disclosure of government information should be reviewed independently of government. Hence, the proposal to establish an independent and impartial body to adjudicate on matters related to the implementation of the bill. In addition, the bill also advocates for the proactive disclosure and publication of certain information held by public institutions with an understanding that communication is fundamental social process which is considered a basic human need and the foundation of all social human beings.
Old Mutual Namibia recently signed a $270,000 Namibian dollars partnership agreement with the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture to train 407 high school mathematics teachers to enable them qualify for the Certificate in Advanced Mathematics for Teachers.
Old Mutual, in a statement on Wednesday, said this is to improve grade 12 mathematics results with the introduction of the advanced subsidiary level in public schools across the country in 2021. The investment is channeled towards the development of mathematics content by the University of Namibia, teaching materials, subsidized internet connectivity by the MTN Namibia, and a prize giving for the top performing teachers upon completion of their studies. The statement said, teachers have the ability to shape future leaders in the best way for society to build positive and inspired future generations and thus design the society we experience today and tomorrow. The Education Ministry's Deputy Executive Director, Eda Bon, also said with the introduction of the advanced subsidiary level, the Ministry's commitment has been to support mathematics teachers in upgrading their skills and content knowledge in order to teach the subject confidently. Bond highlighted that with capacitated teachers, all learners have access to equitable, inclusive, quality education that qualifies them to pursue higher education, which is one of the desired outcomes of NDP 5. Salima Shumwe-Feleni reporting for Nampa News, Windhoek.
Outgoing Electoral Commission of Namibia ECN chairperson Nothemba Chipweya says the commission is working towards being fully independent from the government in all its operational spheres to ensure transparency and delivery of credible elections.
Chipweya, in a media statement on Wednesday, said in order to achieve this noble objective, the Electoral Commission of Namibia, ECN, has commissioned the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, IDEA, to provide technical support and resources required to conduct an international study that will produce a report for the ECN on gaining its full independence. International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance is an intergovernmental organization that works to support and strengthen democratic institutions and processes around the world. Chipweya said Article 94 of the Namibian Constitution and the Electoral Act No. 5 of 2014 clearly state that the ECN should supervise, manage and control elections in a fair and impartial manner without fear, favor or prejudice, as well as exercise and perform its powers and functions independently without any direction or interference by any other authority, government or any executive influence. Chipweya said, as contemplated in the stated legislation, this statutory independence must therefore not only be viewed as theoretical, but should be operationalized in all spheres of the ECN's operations. This endeavor also seeks to provide direction on how the institution must best operationalize its legal autonomy while maintaining a cordial relationship with all other government entities in Namibia. The ECN's ability to work independently, free of political constraints and external influence, is therefore a key factor in public impressions of election integrity. Salima Shumwe-Feleni reporting for Nampa News, Windhoek.
Stand by for your top roundup. In the business and economic segment, we begin with agriculture. The Agriculture Ministry on Wednesday received plant health surveillance and control materials, as well as locust spraying equipment worth close to 1.6 million Namibian dollars from the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO. Roads Authority Chief Executive Officer Conrad Lutombi has topped the list of shortlisted candidates for the City of Windhoek CEO position.
City of Windhoek has been without a chief executive officer since last November after former CEO Robert Kahimise joined the Central North Regional Electricity Distributor as its head. The local authority, in a media statement on Wednesday, said the advertisement of the CEO position attracted diverse interest from various levels of professionals. The statement said in total 61 applications were received, of which 25 were deemed to have met the minimum requirements and thereby qualified for consideration as part of the pre-shortlist. In accordance with the regulations of local authority councils, a maximum of 5 candidates are permissible to be shortlisted for consideration of a position. Other candidates listed for the CEO position are Joyce Mukubi, Dr. Shamil Zumwe, Dr. Ainom Vula, and Moses Matayai. The statement further said 204 applications were received for the position of Strategic Executive for Economic Development and Community Services, of which 59 were deemed to have qualified for consideration as part of the pre-shortlist. The statement said shortlisted candidates will be announced soon. Selima Shimwefeleni reporting for Nampa News, Windhoek.
Join us after the break. It's time for the weather forecast, followed by the sports update with my colleague Joy Gosses.
Good evening and welcome to Sport Planet. I'm Joy Gosses. We begin with football news. The Namibian Football Association, NFA, in Windhoek on Wednesday awarded non-local coaches in the National Instructor Course certificates.
The International Instructor course is a qualification program for instructors who teach full-time or on a fee basis at all levels of organized football. The course consists of 4 modules and offers supportive and practical related teaching aids. The 5-day course was held by the German Football Association in collaboration with the NFA and the Botswana Football Association during the month of May this year. Addressing the media, NFA Acting Technical Director Jacqueline Shipanga said the aim of the course is to link existing football-specific and interdisciplinary skills of the instructors strongly with methodical, social as well as media competences. She added that the German Football Association donated football equipment worth 100,000 Namibian dollars that will be distributed to the regions, and they'll continue educating as well as train those involved in the program as they aim to improve football structures in general. Colin Benjamin, one of the owners of Hope Soul Youth League and a participant of the course, told Nampa that the knowledge gained is vital in developing football in the country. Benjamin noted, the skills learned will help in developing the game of football from grassroots, second and first division. Coaches at these levels will now be empowered with the knowledge of the game, which will be beneficial in the development of football at the national level. He further added that the goal for this course is to train those administrating the game to understand how to set up their trainings or game plans.
In cricket news, President Dr. Haki Geingob has called on Cricket Namibia to share their professionalization formula with other sport codes.
Speaking at State House during the official sending off of the men's senior national cricket team, the Eagles, on Thursday, Geingob said he was surprised that Cricket Namibia has professionalized despite the current financial climate. He was responding to statements made by Cricket Namibia Vice President Pauline Negongo, who informed the head of state that they are the first sport in the country that has full professional athletes. Negongo explained, "These guys play cricket for a living. They get salaries for playing cricket. They have contracts with Cricket Namibia and all they do is play cricket. You cannot have someone doing an 8 to 5 job and expect them to compete with other countries that have professional contracts." He also informed the president that Cricket Namibia had also won 2 awards recently from the International Cricket Council ICC for capacity building and base development program, where they competed with test playing nations. Geingob meanwhile said he was surprised to hear they are professionals. He stated, "Why don't you talk to the other sport codes and advise them on how you have done that? Other sport codes are always looking at government to provide. I think you should advise others on how it's done. I'm very impressed." Geingob told the players to be fearless and to remember they are not only representing themselves but the country, as they are ambassadors. Namibia qualified for the World Cup in November 2019 before being drawn into Group A of Round 1 of qualifiers with Sri Lanka and Ireland. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021 is scheduled for 17 October to 14 November in Oman and the United Arab Emirates.
Your sports roundup is up next. With that, we have come to the end of tonight's bulletin. Much appreciated for tuning in. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell to stay updated with the latest happenings locally and globally. Do add your comments as well in the comments section. From myself, Joy Gosses, and the entire production crew, it's good night.